Work it in, work it out, work it up. Work it all the way down, tear it up. Work it in, work it out.
Hello, I'm Coach Nicole. Welcome to Conversation P.A.C.E. Tell the audience, who is Aysha Mirza?
Oh, well, small town girl. I'm a small town girl from Jersey. It's nice to meet you all.
What town in Jersey are you from?
It is called Warren. It's like 20 blocks long, and everyone knows everyone else's business. So it's just this tiny, peaceful town. There's a beautiful bay that I loved going running by when I was younger, and I would go there and draw for hours. Yeah, I have a background in art, just a little one, but I haven't actually pursued it since showing in a gallery in New York at one point.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're an artist?
I am. That's a small known fact. It's very small known
had
because
no
people
idea.
haven't seen it in a
Oh my
long
God.
time. So one of these days I'll be hopefully back to it.
So you
But
paint or you draw?
I draw and I use charcoal.
Really?
Yeah.
You get your hands dirty.
I get these hand model hands dirty. So they get dirty and I love it. I love it when I can get dirty. That's why I love cross country so much. That's why I love racing in the mud so much. Oh, give me cross country any day. It's
Yeah,
my favorite.
talk about your running background a little bit. I know that when you were on the show, Life and Whatever Else, you told us a little bit about what you did as a runner.
I still
and how hard it was for you to get started in running.
I'm not an athlete. Well, okay, I am an athlete.
Yes, you are.
But I am
you're an
not
athlete.
very good at throwing a ball, kicking a ball, hitting a ball, catching a ball, doing anything else with anything that's thrown at me, hiking and anything that involves me climbing. I'm really bad at everything else.
So I wouldn't want you on my basketball team,
You do not
right?
want
Okay.
me on your basketball team. I don't care. Everyone
Thanks for
sees
the
the
warning.
height. Everyone sees the height, and they're just like, yes. And it's like, no, this brown girl can't jump. No. No. I ended up running in 6th grade and remembering that I just wanted to see if I could keep going. And could I make it to that cone before, recess ended? And could I keep going? And I mean, that's the mentality of a distance runner. I couldn't go really fast, but I could go longer and farther than just about everyone else. So it was destiny, absolutely. I tried to do tennis first year because I thought that was way cooler and so much fun, and I thought maybe I had some natural. No, the tennis coach just kind of pulled me aside and said, "Hey, Aish, I've seen you run, and you can run like a sub 7-minute mile freshman year. I think you're better off running."
Let me introduce you to the cross-country coach.
Let me take this tennis racket away from you before you hurt yourself.
Did you feel disappointed because you couldn't play other sports? No,
because actually it's interesting. That is the same coach who lobbied for me to have Ivy League scholarships and lobbied to every school's track and cross country teams to bring me on and recruit me.
Okay.
So it turns out she was actually the county champion in New Jersey on our state course, county course.
Wait, your coach was?
That coach was.
Oh.
And
so she saw talent in you.
She saw
You were a
it.
diamond in the rough, right?
Little bit.
Okay, I like that.
And
but you were also a nerd in school.
Oh my gosh, so much.
Talk about that.
Let's
Talk
see.
about it, nerd.
I think from when I was 9 years old, I was not with my classmates, and I was being bussed around from elementary to the middle school, from the middle school to the high school, and by the time we got to high school, we finished off most of the AP classes before, sophomore year. So there was a group of about 5 of us, and we were in the program for the exceptionally gifted. So I was that girl doing calculus at 13. And, it always led to, the most important 3 pounds you never need to lose in your life are right here between your ears. You cannot. It's the most important part of your body. I am so grateful every day of my life that I have a brain that worked that well, because in school I was definitely picked on for being basically just, a bag of bones, and, told that my bones were really ugly all the time, which is, honestly, I really don't think I cared, because I knew that it was what inside, it's always what's inside that counts. It's always who you are that counts. And having the brain that I did, and having to explore the subjects that I did at such young ages helped me keep that in mind. I really didn't care about.
Would you say
my
you're more of a
physical self.
right brain or left brain? You're logical? Or?
Well, I have moments
Yeah?
of both pretty easily.
I think I've seen both.
You've definitely seen both of them.
I'm like, Aisha, no.
No, wait, calm down, Aish. Just my ideas, the ideas don't stop, and it's a lovely thing. It's wonderful, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I absolutely would not trade it for the world. And I think that it's helped me become a strong woman today, to make sure that it's always been what I think that's most important. How I feel, who I am inside, how I am to others, that's most important, because I was not the cute, pretty one. I was that ugly duckling for so many years. Modeling is such a strange situation for me to be in that sense, because it's based on the physical, and that's why I probably have such an ease in the industry. You can sit there and tell me that I'm too fat, too skinny, too muscular, whatever. I'm like, okay, my brain still works.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And if I'm in my most fit shape, that's all that matters to me. Am I healthy? Am I running? Am I able to compete? Is my body strong? Then who cares what it looks like? Because at the end of the day, it can do things. And that's probably the most important thing I can tell anyone.
You seem like someone, and I have to say this, I think you're someone with really tough skin. So
Probably.
I really want to know why. Why is it that this situation that happened with you and Oiselle is still picking at you? Because you want to talk about it. Let's give the audience a little bit about what happened, a little bit of background on your connection with this woman's running brand, Oiselle.
Well, there's a lot. I was drawn to Oiselle specifically because, I have no tolerance for bullshit.
Obviously.
No, none. The team that I was on prior to Oiselle kind of started spreading lies and doing things that were very hypocritical, and I have no time for that, none whatsoever. So when I called them out on their BS, a lot of people stood by and did nothing. And I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that. And especially when it involves someone with the integrity and the discipline and the honesty that my now coach has. It was this huge situation, and I was brand new to the team, and I just saw, wait, why are you being so rude to someone who has done nothing but earn your team PRs? It made no sense. And I'm not quiet. I stood up in the middle of a meeting and I said, I'm sorry, there's no need to curse here. Why are you cursing this person out? They did nothing. They did absolutely nothing to you. What is this hostility that comes up? And afterwards, and it's like my first couple of months on the team, and my coach's wife just came up to me and said, thank you for saying something. And I have no problem. I will not sit there and watch an injustice happen and let it go by. So what happened is that I found this team, and the beauty of this team is that they support everyone, no matter your race, no matter your pace, no matter your size, no matter who you are, where you came from. I mean, there are women that were in prison who are now on this team. There are women that identify sexually as no one or everyone pansexually. There are women that, there's all types of women on this team.
So it's an all-inclusive
It's all-inclusive.
type of
There
team
are
for women.
Republicans. There are Democrats. There are.
Oh, I'd love to see that meeting.
It's and Oiselle did get very political during the election. it did ruffle a few feathers. Haha, we're birds, feathers. Not we anymore, but.
The brand sounds perfect. The team sounds perfect. Everything they stand for sounds perfect for you.
You stand for clean sport. You stand against cheaters. We like everything that they did. They called out hypocrisy in sport constantly. You know, there are smaller brands and there are larger brands, and you don't get the return on investment that you would if you were a larger giant of a brand. So it's really nice to see a locally female empowerment oriented company work for all women. And sadly, they lost it along the way.
The problem began when they brought on a blogger. Is this their first blogger?
I mean, I
have
actually,
to say,
the company
I
has its
honestly
roots.
don't know anything about, I don't
Okay.
follow, me personally, I don't
Right.
follow bloggers. I mean, I don't have time. And I'm not really big on
has
social
time?
media, so I mean, I don't follow the bloggers. I don't follow the smaller brands.
Right.
Or, you know,
It's-
I'm not a big Nike fan. Everyone knows that.
Oh, well,
But,
I
and so
mean, you and I
Oiselle
have some
sounds
more
like,
conversations
Oiselle sounds
to
like
have.
my kind of brand. So
Right.
what's the problem with bringing on a blogger?
Nothing. That's how they started. They actually utilized social media to heighten awareness of the brand. So this is nothing that I didn't expect them to do. What I expected them to do was actually delineate the specific role that this blogger had, because it sure as hell wasn't clear on her social media. If you are paid or you are sponsored, it is something you indicate on your social media and you indicate on your Instagram posts and things like that. And unfortunately, there were just a lot of wishy-washy situations. So a lot of us were confused. And we posed the question in a fan-based Facebook forum. I mean, it's a fan page. It was never an official Oiselle page. I ran this page. This
Where
is
can
where
we find? Is it closed to the public?
It's a secret closed group, and it's not closed to the public. It was invitation. You know, if you had friends who loved running, who were women, it was really a women's only group that we did not include men. We had one bro bird, and I don't think he's in it anymore. But
Bro bird. I like
bro
it.
bird. A lot of things about birds. Yeah, and it was just a safe space for women to talk about even adultery, divorce, marital issues, sexual issues, anything that they could not speak to their friends about or their family about at the time. And we were there as a supportive group of women, and I spent a lot of time curating that page, like so much time just to be there for my teammates. I've been up at 3 a.m. for my teammates on a day that I have to be at set at like 5 or 6 a.m. I have spoken to one of my teammates who was suicidal for hours. Like, yeah, who was suicidal because of her situation. And the kindness is my tragic flaw. It has been my tragic character flaw all of my life. I will empathize with someone to the end of time, and I always have. If I know that there's a teammate of mine who needed or who really, really would have appreciated a Kara Goucher signature from the expo, I made sure that I got that signature. There are fans of Lauren Fleshman. I had Lauren at one point, hey, Lauren, I have a couple of extra cards here. Can you just sign them so I can like mail them out to a couple of the girls who would really love it? Things of that nature. I'm constantly thinking of others.
And so all of these things happen
within the group, and I found an amazing group
Oiselle.
of women. Amazing group of women.
What do they call the Oiselle?
They're called
Those are-
birds.
Just birds?
We
Like, I thought they
we're
were, like-
basically it's just
It's a cute
volley.
name. Yeah.
Volley.
Volley.
That's our regular people team that you
Okay.
pay to get on. So
All right. And so within this
I keep
group,
saying our, like it's still a part of me that, you know, it's
I
because
see that. I see that. It's
I
still
have
a part of
birdmates.
you.
As far as I'm concerned, all my friends that are still my friends from the team are my birdmates. I do not care what team you race for.
Well, do you
know,
feel
you're
like
still
the
a
birds-
human to me.
Do
You're
you
still a
feel like
friend.
the birds took a poop on you when they kicked you out? When they kicked you out of the nest?
Oh my
I'm
God,
just-
I
look,
love it. I
look,
love it. I haven't even heard it spoken that way.
The fact of the matter is you are no longer there because they rejected
rescinded
you.
my membership.
How did that go about? How did that happen?
Well, I mean, it was almost 4 months in, and this blogger was listed as an elite runner for Oiselle, and now at that point on a public panel for the Boston Marathon. The Boston Marathon is the most prestigious marathon that there pretty much is in the U.S. And it was a body positivity panel, and there's nothing wrong with her message and what she stands for and all of the women that she's helped. God bless. God bless. I have never, ever, ever said anything against what she is doing to help empower women. But once you're listed as an elite athlete and you're not, by all meanings of the term, you know, I'm sorry, not sorry, a 142 half marathon by an able-bodied woman under 30 is not at elite status. It's just not. And if you look her up and then find that out, and then you're me, who's running a group full of women who some aspire to be elite athletes sponsored by Oiselle, and you're getting the messages, wait, I applied and I was told I was too slow.
Why do you think they chose her over you?
Oh, well, I mean, she has a very high social media following.
Yeah,
so
it's about the following?
It's about the following, and it's about the money that brings in.
You sure it's not about the times?
About
I
the
just
times.
want to clear that.
About the times for what?
Race times?
What about her race times? I'm sorry, let's start that again. What are you asking?
I'm asking you, you said you applied.
Oh, I didn't apply. Other people applied.
Oh, okay.
Other people have applied. Oh, I am not an elite.
applied.
Oh, let's get that out there. I am not an elite half marathoner on the roads,
Let's get that out
on
there.
the roads. Let's get it out there. I am not a pro athlete. Now, this gets really interesting with the term pro athlete, but
You look like one.
I look like one. I look like your stereotypical pro type of athlete. But at
According
the same
to the
time,
body type.
according to the body
Yeah.
types, when I go to a meet, it's pretty funny when people think that I'm actually on an elite team, and I just kind of look at them like, nope, just look like one. Nope,
Yep.
not faster. You're probably faster than me. It's the first thing I say. Oh, it's okay. Don't get no, don't get scared. Like, people have been scared standing next to me, and I'm like, please don't be scared. I am not that fast. And I don't mind. It's not that hard though, Nicole. It's not that hard to sit there and see something. I've had it happen multiple times in the last couple of weeks, and I have tweeted out, how hard was this to correct? I am not a pro athlete, and I am not an elite. I literally have written the commentary. Now, if it's brought to my attention that there's something incorrect written about me, I would like to correct it. There's quite a few things.
So that's where the problem started, is because
I tweeted and I said,
tweeted what you tweeted, all hell broke
loose because I called out a public mistake publicly, and apparently all of a sudden my membership was rescinded because I was disrespectful to a teammate in public forums.
How did you feel?
Well,
How did you feel?
I knew.
I know, no. You talked about how much being a part of this team meant to you.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you talked about how it just matched your personality, and I can see how you would want to be a part of a team like Oiselle. How did it feel to read that email?
I was on set. I had come in after we shot a scene, and I came back in and I saw my phone and I just read it, and I'm like, well, that was expected for me being truthful, because I knew that they had coddled and protected this blogger from day one. They deleted the entire thread in the private Oiselle team page when we asked questions.
Wow.
And I understand that it wasn't my job to be regimenting the page. So at that point, I left it to HQ, because I would moderate the Facebook page. And if anyone was mean or rude or really an awful human being on the Facebook page, I would delete the comments, or I would let the person know, and I would always reach out to the girls that were, causing a problem. But there really weren't any problems. We just had very, very lively discussions about what was happening. And
what was your immediate reaction?
When I saw it, I was actually, you know what? It said, we've rescinded your membership, but we can have a phone call about this after Boston. Now, the funny part is that I actually requested a phone call about this entire situation a week prior to being dropped from the team. And I requested the phone call, but the CEO did not have the 5 minutes to give me a phone call, which is,
You know, they're very busy.
I mean,
They run a big company.
it's bigger than me, and
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the
apparently.
definition of bullying is someone who's bigger than you,
Okay.
exerting their power over you. So,
But I think I have to say this, and I'm just based on how we met, this whole debacle with Oiselle
right.
and them, and even Derek Murphy's blog.
Derek Murphy is a
We'll
savior
get
for
to
all
that.
honest runners. I'm just going to
let's
say
just
that
say
right now.
You were hurt. I'm going to say this for you, and I'm going to tell
Of
you.
course.
And I want you to
I
admit
invested a lot of time
Admit that you were
into
hurt. I know
all
that
of my teammates.
You're tough. You're like me. Like, I'm pretty tough,
Yeah.
but I'm really sensitive, like really mushy on the inside.
I'm mushy.
You are still hurting.
Well,
I think you are.
it hurts to
It's like
think
breaking
that,
up with a boyfriend that you thought loved you so much.
Oh my gosh, we
to
can't even go into
to
relationships.
find out that there was no
But
loyalty there
no,
when they found out.
It's I mean, it's funny because every athlete that I know in the running community was just like, wait, hold on, I think you were their biggest cheerleader. How did they drop you? The women in the forum, I mean, the amount of messages that I had from the silent women in the forum who don't comment on anything. You've done nothing but support the women of this team at all times. What were they thinking? And a part of me was just like, wow, I invested so much of my energy into this, but the truth has come out, you know, and it's not just that. I mean, I was in the middle of Fashion Week and I said, I cannot handle this controversial set of discussions anymore. I'm going to shut the page down for a few days so everyone can step back, breathe a little bit. You can comment on anything that's already there, but making new things, because, you know, as soon as the shit hits the fan, for a lot of women, they run. And I'm not used to running away. I am used to standing and saying, no, I don't think so.
The problem is the
Not
label, the
knowing.
title that they gave the blogger.
Right.
That's where the main, not
This is where-
the fact that
What do we have?
5 minutes.
Get
Not,
the
see
We're
how
not
fast
done.
it goes? Not the fact that they brought a blogger on the team. It's that they
No,
gave her the
no.
title, or they misrepresented her.
There was a misrepresentation,
Okay.
and there's been a misrepresentation, and
And the misrepresentation involved her being called an elite runner or a professional
well, by
runner.
the time
one of
I
the
was
two,
dropped, it was the fact that she was listed as an elite and she was not one.
and that this has not been corrected.
Well, it took 2 months for Strava to correct what was happening. She was sponsored by Strava as well. And Strava also seems to catch a lot of cheaters too. They put all their runs on Strava, and then Derek Murphy catches them, and it's really fun. So I respect the
about that.
elites so much on this team for all of the work and dedication that they have in making the times, that it's just unfathomable. Like, it's just not fathomable to me that you would take a non-elite and list them as an elite. It's just, I understand that you should definitely allow them to say their message and have a voice, and whether or not you want to reward that with money or sponsorship, that's your choice.
Okay, and so on top of them not correcting her
Right.
title, Derek Murphy is a runner. Is he a runner?
He was a runner, yeah, for a
who
while. and-
started this blog called Marathon Investigations.
Right.
And he reported that he found her cutting a course or banded. Maybe she was
She-
a bandit for a couple of races.
She banded races.
What does that mean?
And that means that she didn't pay for her bib. She didn't
Okay.
pay for a bib. She jumped on the course and used the course resources and this happened after I was dropped, but her initial viral fame came from purchasing a bib, which is also illegal and punishable by disqualification and suspension by New York Roadrunners, which didn't happen because she apologized. And now she's done it twice again, and she apologized again. This is multiple infractions.
But she's still on the team.
But she is still supported and sponsored and paid for by Oiselle.
So I want to say this. If Oiselle came to you and asked you to come back on the team, knowing that he's still a part of the team and still has the title, would you go back?
Not at all.
No?
Not at all.
Prove it.
Because you can't. You can't.
So
You told me that my money right here goes to the elites, but you didn't give them enough respect to actually promote them, but you promoted selfies along the course of the London Marathon instead. This money is for the elite athletes, and I don't want it back. So you can take your $100 membership fee for the volley and keep it, Oiselle.
And so, you're so dramatic. Again, that was a powerful statement you just made.
Oh yeah, I
You
can't
want no
support. I cannot
association.
support anyone who
And I know
says
that-
cheating is. Let me get that out.
Yeah.
I cannot support a company that actually stated that cheating is okay. There is no way. That was written, tweeted, retweeted. That banditing is a method of civil disobedience, and women must do it. No. And there was no public apology from the PR director for that. And Oiselle. Wow, like they showed their true colors after I was dropped. I was shocked, so I'm not a fan.
I have one thing to ask of you. When we finally do go running together, can you promise not to talk about this?
I have nothing to say about this anymore. We've said
Okay,
it.
tomorrow we run.
Tomorrow we run.
All right? Tonight we clean up this mess you just made on the floor. I want to thank you for coming
I want to thank you
and
for
talking
having
and
me.
clearing all this stuff up.
I mean, it's just, your actions speak louder than words, and it's disheartening, to say the least, that you would rather endorse a cheater than live up to what you say.
What does that say? Runners against doping. No.
Doping. But I may or may not have altered the shirt to say runners against cheating.
Cheating. Ooh.
Because all types of cheating
Yeah.
are no bueno.
I hear you.
I'd rather be an honest, unsponsored runner than a sponsored cheater.
Aysha Mirza, thank you for coming to the show and
Thank you
talking
for
with me
having
today.
me. I'm
All right.
so happy that
Yay.
we got to meet each
Yes.
other and have conversations and learn from each other. And here's to more conversations.
All right. And there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Coach Nicole, and I want to thank you for letting me and Aysha bring you up to speed on Conversation Pace.
Thank you.